Hey everybody, I just wanted to shoot this quick Facebook Live for you to talk a little bit about what it really takes to be successful. Now, I'm not talking specifically about what I talk about most of the time, which is success online, because frankly, these skills and this idea applies to success that you want to have in any area of your life. And the reality is that most people are out there looking for the quick fix. They're looking for the diet pill that they can take a pill and lose weight without having to change their diet or do exercise. They're looking for the business opportunity online that will allow them to make money and be successful without actually putting in the work of doing the marketing and learning the foundations of how everything works. Everybody wants success without work. But that reality is that that's not how it works. If you want success, you've got to be willing to put in the sacrifices it takes to get there. Otherwise, the best success that you will ever have will be pretty fleeting and temporary. Starting an online business or having success with your health is not like winning the lottery, which is what I said in the email that I wrote out today. It's not a question of having the right numbers on the right piece of paper on the right day. Success online is not, the answer to that is not to be in the right opportunity at the right time. There are always people who are the exceptions who you can point to and you can say, oh yes, well, this guy got into this business at the right time and he made a ton of money because he invested in Facebook early or something like that. But that's not how most people make it big. Most people don't make it big because they got lucky. Most people make it big because they developed skills. Because when you have the skills to be successful, then you can be successful in a whole variety of different opportunities. That's why you find a lot of the people that are successful in, say, business are also very successful with their health, because a lot of the skills carry over from one to another. You have to have things like discipline and patience in order to be able to be successful in one arena, and those same traits also make you successful in others as well. It's so critical. That's why I came up with my framework, which is the 3 pillars of success mastery. Because after 30 years of doing this and helping people and coaching people and working to hopefully be more successful myself and studying the best habits and tactics and strategies of those who have done it before, I broke it down into these 3 categories. And if you focus on these 3 categories and you get better at each of these, then you will be successful in all the things that you're trying to do. So the first one of those pillars, the first pillar of success mastery, is you have to be able to master yourself. Successful people have more discipline and self-control and control over their time, their energy, their focus, and their emotions than unsuccessful people. And that's not something that people are born with. It's something that they've developed. They've developed it through years and years of focusing on coming up with the routines and the triggers and the thoughts that work for them. And it's not something that someone can give you a prescription on, and then you just go and you implement that prescription will work for you too. What you have to do is you have to take a look at all the different things that people who are successful do, and then filter out those little pieces that work for you to come up with your own unique perspective on how to master yourself. So in the master yourself category, what you're talking about is you've got to have the ability, first of all, to have clarity, to know what it is that you want. You have to understand what it is that's going to really get you fired up and get you passionate so that you've got something you can really go after. Maybe it's building a business. Maybe it's working for a nonprofit. Maybe it's sailing around the world. It doesn't matter what your goal is. You have to know what it is, and then you can break it down into the steps in order to get there. Then you have to say, well, in order to accomplish this goal, what kind of traits and things am I going to have to change in my personality and in my habits to make this happen? Chances are, to get any kind of goal, you're going to have to become more disciplined. You're going to have to become more disciplined with your time. You're going to have to make sure that you're spending your time on the things that are generating the biggest results in order to move you towards that goal. You're not going to be able to waste as much time. We waste an enormous amount of time on entertainment and transitions. We spend a lot of time trying to be entertained passively rather than taking that time to go out and make a difference in our life. For some people, it's watching TV. For some people, it's social media or YouTube. There's endless choices for us to choose if we want to be entertained. But that doesn't mean that that's moving us forward. It's not. It's wasting time. Instead of being consumers, we need to be producers. We need to make sure that we're not just assimilating the content and the entertainment that everyone else is producing. And instead, we have to go out and we have to produce our own stuff. We have to create our own content so that we can get audiences watching our stuff, reading our emails, watching our videos, watching our Facebook posts, so that we can have influence over a greater group of people. Because influence is what gives you more power and ability to be able to use that then to build your dreams and your businesses. So you've got to focus on less entertainment and more production, first of all. And then second of all, we have to focus on the transitions. It's so easy when we're switching between different activities in the run of a day to kind of let time get away from and just waste an enormous amount of time that could be used to focus continued effort on your goals. One of the best ways to help to minimize transitions is to make sure that you use a checklist every day. Make sure that you know at the advance of the day what the first thing you're going to work on, the second thing you're going to work on, the third thing you're going to work on, and schedule out time blocks for those things so that you know they'll get done. And then try to switch from one block to another without losing time. Because we go into those transitions and then we're like, oh, I'll just check email. Oh, I'll just look on Facebook. I'm just going to walk over to the kitchen and get a drink. And then a half hour later, that's when you're finally sitting down to your desk because you've just gotten lost and you've lost a half an hour there in the transition. So control your transitions and control the amount of time that you're wasting on entertainment and other useless things that aren't moving you forward. That's an example of master yourself. But you also have to be able to master the emotions that are in your head. You have to be able to master how you react to the bad things that are going to happen to you, because we all have bad things that happen to us all the time, every day. And a successful person has the ability to be able to separate that so that it doesn't become a grenade thrown into their day to just destroy everything in its path. You can't let something bad happen at noon and you lose the whole rest of the day because of that. And you let it destroy your happiness and your enjoyment and your productivity for that day. So mastering yourself isn't just mastering your time, it's also mastering your feelings and making sure that you understand and have the ability to be able to control your emotions. And there's tons of different methods and strategies and tactics you can use to be able to better master yourself. And that's the first pillar of the 3 pillars of success mastery. The second pillar is that you've got to master the strategies and the foundations. And this one is another pillar where you're going to have to do some work. And it's a pillar where people avoid because it's work and it's focusing on doing work now that's going to pay off in the long term. So let's talk about this in the sense of business. If you're trying to build an online business, you're only going to be so successful unless you understand the principal foundations of running a business, sales, marketing, persuasion. Those things are essential for you to understand at a base level how these things work and how you can influence people to connect with you, to buy your products, etc. Things like authority, reciprocity, scarcity, all of these foundation strategies are what all your tactics need to surround. Because you see, when we're looking for quick solutions, what we end up doing is falling for tactics and not strategies. So we'll see something online and it says, oh, we'll increase your Facebook followers if you just do this tactic. So you go ahead and you do it, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but maybe it's just adding fake followers to you and not real followers who are actually paying attention. And what you understand when you start to do this and you understand strategies is this tactic is not serving the strategy I want. Because getting more Facebook followers is a tactic. It's not the strategy. The strategy is you're trying to get more attention. Getting attention is a strategy. Getting more Facebook followers is a tactic. So only if the tactic actually supports the strategy that you're trying to use it to attain is it actually a positive thing. So if you have 10,000 followers on Twitter because you've been doing follow me back kind of things, but nobody's actually paying attention to your posts, then you put all this effort into a tactic of getting followers without understanding that it doesn't serve the strategy of getting attention. So that's an example of how you can get lost in tactics if you don't understand the strategies and the foundation principles behind what you're trying to do. So you've got to go back and you've got to learn these things and you've got to understand them at a base level. Because the other thing you get when you understand the strategies and the foundations of business and sales and marketing is you get the ability to be able to modify them. You get the ability to be able to take a strategy or a tactic and switch it or come up with a new tactic that no one's ever used before because you understand the foundations of what make human beings respond. So these foundations are essential for you to be the leader in your business rather than a follower. Because if you don't understand the strategies, then all you're going to be doing is doing the tactics that other people tell you to do. You don't have the ability to be able to come up with your own tactics or to even understand what tactics are good or bad because you don't have the foundation knowledge that it takes to understand what it is that you're trying to do. So pillar number 2 is you really have to work to learn your strategy and your foundations so that you understand what you're trying to do at the lowest level possible, and then everything can grow from there. That's the roots of your success tree. Then the third area, the third pillar of success mastery is you've got to focus on getting key skills. You know, if you went out to play a basketball game with a bunch of people who have been playing for a long time, but you have no idea the rules of the game, and you have no idea how to dribble a ball, and you have no idea how many steps you're allowed to take in a layup before you put it in the basket, then you're never going to be successful. You're also never going to be successful if you don't develop those skills of being able to shoot from a free throw line. Same thing applies to your business and everything else you're trying to do. If you want to build a following in Instagram, but you don't understand Instagram and all of its features and insights and all of its analysis inside and out, then you're not going to be successful. You need to know how to do the key tasks in your business in order to actually get things done. Master yourself is about getting yourself to do the things. Master your strategy and foundations is about understanding what to do. And then mastering your key skills is how to do it. If you want to build an email list and you want to do that, you want to create lead capture pages on a website, but you have no clue how to do that, then that's a key skill that you're missing to accomplish your goal. If you want to write emails on a regular basis out to your email list, but you don't have any idea about anything about copywriting or using an email autoresponder or management program, key skills are missing. You cannot be successful with your strategy unless you have the skills to execute it or the money to hire somebody to do it for you. Because these things have to be done. Somebody's got to do it. And even if you do have the money to get help, which I certainly hope that you do, then you still need to understand it so that you don't get taken for the cleaners from someone who offers to help but doesn't really have the skills, and you don't have the ability to be able to vet them because you don't know anything about it yourself. These things are skills that you have to build in order to be successful. People who are successful have these 3 pillars of success mastery down pat. So they have pillar 1. They've mastered themselves. They know how to get up early in the morning with passion, work all day, and then go to sleep satisfied at the end of the day with all of that effort they put in. They know how to put off gratification. So they're not looking for a quick fix for tomorrow, but instead they're building something that's still going to be here and providing for their family 10 years from now. They also understand the strategies and the foundations behind what they're trying to build. The most successful people focus on strategy. What is it that I'm trying to do here? And then what is the best strategy and principles and best practices in order to accomplish that? And how can I do it in a unique way that's going to make me stand out from everybody else? They've got those strategies and those foundations down. And then they are constantly working to develop key skills. So if you want to be an influencer in social media today, you've got to be able to get in front of a camera. And you've got to be able to talk and connect with people, like we're doing this video right now. So having these skills and the ability to be able to speak and to be able to go live on video or make recorded videos or create great graphics, those are foundation skills that you need to have, key skills that are necessary for you to be successful if you're trying to build a personal brand online. But no one's born with them. You have to develop them. You have to take the time to learn these things. Now, these 3 pillars of success mastery and coming up with this foundation is why I created my own program to help people do exactly that. Because the problem with many success-oriented programs out there is they're either very broad and general, and they talk about things in very broad, but they don't actually tell you how to do it. Or they give you one piece of the puzzle, but don't tell you everything you need to be successful doing that. One piece of the puzzle is not going to solve the problem. You can master yourself, for example, but if you don't know the strategy and foundations or the key skills, then you'll be really motivated, but you'll be doing all the wrong things the wrong ways. If you know the strategy and even have the key skills, but you can't get out of bed in the morning because you don't have control over your own passion and motivation, or you're pursuing something that you don't really want enough to do the work to get it, you're also going to fail. You got to have all 3 of these things down. So in my program, in QuickStart Coach, we have this monthly program where we focus on building all 3. And the way we do that is I do a training session, usually on video, live at least twice a week, but each 3 times a week, I am teaching one of each of the foundations, a key point in one of each of the foundations. So on Mondays, I teach about mastering yourself. So I'll teach you the things that you need to know in order to be able to get yourself to do the work. And then on Wednesdays, I teach mastering your strategy and foundations. So I'll teach you about those key foundation principles that go into every successful online business or personal brand. And I'll help you master those so that you know exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing to get what you want. And then on Fridays, we focus on key skills. So I teach you things like how to write emails, how to set up an autoresponder sequence, how to create lead capture pages, how to build your social media following, how to run Facebook ads. Those sessions very often span multiple weeks and on a single topic in order to go in depth Each topic we cover in the Friday Key Skills sessions is like a mini online course that shows you step by step, usually with screen captures of my screen while I'm actually doing and talking to you about the things that I'm doing and setting up. There's no program on the internet which is more complete in covering all the different pieces of success that you need in order to accomplish your goals than the QuickStart Coach monthly program. And then in addition to that, we also have a private Facebook group where you can interact and connect with the other members of the program so that you can be, if you have a lead capture page that you want to get some advice on, or a sales page, or you want somebody to sign up for your email newsletter and give you their opinion on the different emails that you have as part of your email sequence, you can go out there and you can ask, and there will be people that will help you out. And then if you're struggling, like you're not sure what software to use to perform a particular task, you can go in there and get the opinions of others too. And I'm in there every day too, so I'm going to be there to help you and offer you advice in that as well. Now, the best thing about the QuickStart Coach monthly program is that it was designed for scale, meaning I wanted to help as many people as I could. So I did not want cost of this program to be a barrier to people getting started. So that's why I created it in such a way so that we can have an unlimited number of members and keep the cost down so that anyone who's serious about their success can afford it. The current price in the program is only $37 a month. So for $37 a month, you're getting 3 sessions a week, each of them about an hour long of training. You get the ability on the live sessions to be able to ask your questions and get them answered directly by me about your specific situation. Plus you get the private Facebook group as well. It's really, there's nothing that gives so much value. You're talking 12 to 14 sessions a month for $37. You're only spending a couple of dollars for each one of these hour-long training sessions to help you be more successful. And it doesn't matter what your goal you're going after, we can help you do it, because these 3 key areas are crucial for any goal that you're trying to do. So I hope that you'll take a look at it and you'll go over to quickstartcoach.com/monthly and watch my video there about the 3 pillars of success mastery. I think when you think about that and you think about the barriers that have come between you accomplishing your goals in the past, you will understand that those problems you've had in the past fall under one of those 3 pillars. It's whichever pillar is the weakest is the one that will define the total height of your success. So if you want to be successful, you've got to build those pillars strong. And if you build your pillars of success mastery strong, then you absolutely will supercharge your success. So I hope that you'll go over and watch that video, and you can also watch other videos here. So go on over to quickstartcoach.com/monthly to get all of the information on how you can become part of the monthly program and get help with all of the elements you need to be more successful online. Thanks a lot for watching.